Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Net Saviors podcast. It's your boys, Adell and MMX, back from our annual road trip.
We got lost a few times.
Yeah, just a few times. On purpose, actually. We saw a lot of the world, and it was very eye-opening, MMX.
Yeah, Charo sucks.
Yeah, it does, but, based Creamland.
Yeah, well, I mean, Yumland was alright. The traffic kind of sucked, but, yeah.
But that's okay. I thank God every day for the chicken he gives me.
Oh my god. I saw a man, he turned purple. Had the swirly eyes going on.
Oh my god. So what's up, MMX? How you been?
I've been okay, Adele. I've actually been playing Battle.NET again. I've been getting back into PvP a little bit. Kind of off the side. There's a few people locally who are interested in PvP, so I've been kind of spreading the good word at some of the Smash locals. I brought some GameCube setups with Game Boy players, and more people are getting interested in playing BN competitively, so I've been doing that.
Man.
Kind of honing my skills a little bit. I got a new folder. Cobb Champ is out. I've got a new folder that I've put together. Good old R code, so we'll see how it goes.
Are you still running Corn Fiesta?
No.
Why not?
The meme is over. I mean, it's still my folder.
It's not
one.
even a bad attack, though.
It isn't, but the codes for the chip don't lend itself to any sort of other sort of folders.
Oh, pish posh.
I mean, even in G-code, it's kind of pushing it. But anyway, that's a story for if we...
I ran all D, and I still stuck the C and the E in there.
Let's not pretend that you don't play anything but player G, okay?
Look, EXE, I play the D code.
Okay, that's fair.
Big D for Big Dick Energy. It's very important to flex. When you have almost 4,798 HP.
I mean...
That's how you do it.
It's a big butt, so I can't really...
EXE6 is a mess.
EXE6 is great. I can't wait for the next mod card tournament. But,
that being said, did you see the new bug found?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so there was a tweet about it. It's a multi-hit bug, and it has something to do with Boomerang. Apparently, it covers the outside of the field, but it hits all the panels.
I thought...
And it goes around in a multi-hit.
That's what Boomerang did.
Yeah, but it hits the middle as well.
What?
Yeah, it was posted yesterday on Twitter and in the N1. I don't think... Maybe it's been cleared up exactly what's happening in it. I don't know, because it's from Japan. And they're just like, haha, look, we found a bug.
That's weird.
I watched a base go from a little under 3,000 HP to 0.
Which game was a 6?
6.
Oh my god! What?
Yeah.
I'll have to check this out after this episode.
It's pretty wild, dude. So, speaking of getting people back into games, we have some new people getting into the TCG.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's physical only for this gentleman, but I do welcome him as he is a fresh face with a very positive outlook on this tragedy of our time.
I mean, I don't know if calling it a tragedy is appropriate specifically, but it is always...
It's 3 sets.
That part is tragic, but the game itself...
That's what I mean. I don't even know then, because I'm thinking about it now, and I'm like, this game is very non-interactive. It kind of sucks.
I mean, it's a deciphering. It's a card game designed by what is effectively a local small indie shop.
Yeah.
So I don't really expect like finely tuned Magic the Gathering out of it,
I mean, that's fair. I don't know. At the same time, you would think, like, maybe if it lasted longer, maybe they would have, like, updated the mechanics.
Would they, though? I don't know.
I don't know either, but see that I can't answer for that. Maybe if I like did more research on like how the Star Wars games started and the Lord of the Rings ones, maybe they changed that. I don't know, but I feel like the game would be a bit more fun if it worked like Magic and you could stack, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, there's.
Or it's like I play a chip. Ah, wait. All right, now you may respond. Okay, now I respond. You know, but instead it's like I blow my load. Anything? I cancel this battle.
Yeah. It's a.
All right.
I don't know. It's dynamic in its own special way, but I do agree that it's kind of bland. But if you want more information about us and our thoughts on the MMTCG, our previous episode regarding the trading card game, which is titled Recharge 3 Energy, is a fantastic episode, I think. So if you haven't, definitely go back and give that one a listen.
Oh, yes. Oh, and so, quick little update on that, too. Besides getting a fresh face or two, because a lot of interest actually got generated from that episode, I feel. Mm-hmm. Like, people started coming in asking, oh, TCG? It's like, where have you people been hiding?
Yeah.
We're still working on the next set, or I'm working on the next set. I want to say I'm close to 50, maybe 60% done?
For those that aren't in the know, we have a vehicle to create custom cards in Tabletop Simulator,
yes.
in which Adell has been working tirelessly and never unceasingly to design a new set of cards to kind of breathe a little bit of extra life into the game. We have a couple of custom sets. We have Glide, we have Nightman. They're pretty cool.
Yeah,
but
they're all right.
But Adele's working on adding another layer. I'm not going to spoil anything, but
I mean, all I'm going to say for now is if you want to know more, join us in the chat. And I am using a lot of... Oh, God.
What?
I'm watching the bass from outside fuck with my recording.
The bass?
Yeah, someone's car.
Oh. Well, I guess they should drop the bass.
I can't even leave that in. Anyway. Alright. I'll get it there. I am going to use a page from Decipher's book, because MMX got me a little info that apparently they were working on adding purple to this delightful mix. So, that's something I'm interested in.
Yeah, there's a lot that can be added still. I think that Decipher left us with a tangible base for us to work off of, no pun intended.
More base?
And I think that if you have any inkling of an interest, I think that there is, or probably will be, a sale on Tabletop Simulator going on. I don't know if that sale is still going on currently. We're recording on as of this recording, there's a sale going on. It happens pretty often, but I thought about stockpiling a couple of gift copies of TTS for those interested. Mm-hmm. But if you want to discuss the Mega Man trading card game, you can definitely join the M1 Grand Prix Discord at discord.n1gp.net.
Oh man!
And then the Mega Man TCG channel is ripe for you to talk about and learn more about the TCG.
Yes, and we might start doing those little card of the week articles. I don't know.
We'll see. We will see.
We'll see. It's up in the air, and I'm a little excited for it. But at the same time, you worry about that because you gotta have everyone on board. Everyone has to like always output something, and I don't really think we have enough people for it. I don't know. No. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see definitely. But what have you been up to lately?
Oh, just almost dying twice to illness. We got better.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried to record like last week, and I call him back. He's like, "Oh my god, go away."
That is more or less what happened.
I called like, hey, Alex, you want to record? He's like,
I was like,
you sound like garbage.
I was like, go drink some water and sleep. Stay hydrated.
But I took the day off today. I'm all rested.
No.
It was bad.
It was real bad.
It was bad. It's been pretty quiet. Just getting ready to move out of my Brooklyn place. We're gonna move over to Jersey. It's just so much cheaper, my guy.
That's exciting, though. Well, I guess the logistics of moving to Jersey from Brooklyn is not exciting, but the prospect of saving some scratch is always a good thing. You know, saving some zenny.
Dude, the prospect of saving like 500 zenny a month is pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for more. And that's what really cheeses me about like living in New York City. The rent's going up for no reason. I'm sure people would say, "Oh, but it's to pay for things." And I'm like,
no.
These programs aren't. It's improportionate. I don't know, man.
Charlotte's the same way. I mean, it's
getting expensive in Charlotte, in North Carolina.
Yeah, like the property value is skyrocketing in this city, and the average rent has gone from like $800 or $900 2 or 3 years ago to about $1,100 to $1,200 on average now.
What the hell?
Yeah, and there's no reason, like, at all. There's more housing available in Charlotte now than ever, and it's just going up. Like, I managed to get some fancy footwork in and lock in a multi-year lease so I can dodge that bullet for now, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. Mega Man!
Rumors!
What kind of rumors you got?
Oh, man, well, I don't know. I'm actually... No, I'm not going to do that to you. So, our good pal, Proto Dude, as you know, I'm sure you do know personally, has a lot of nice inside sources at Capcom, and they gave him I'm sure they gave him more information, but he is under what I'm assuming is an NDA, right?
Yeah, that's a non-disclosure agreement for those who may not be aware.
So he's in the know about two upcoming Mega Man games, or titles, I should say. Let's not say games, that's being a little lenient. 2 titles that are in the works of Capcom, but he can only give us hints. So the first one was Battle Network, eggs, mobile phone, chips. Which to me just screams it's a Mega Man gotcha, but you know, my sources won't tell me anything.
What makes you think it's a Battle Network gotcha? Like, walk me through that thought process. How did you arrive at that conclusion?
Honestly, besides the phone and the chip and all that, I remember reading somewhere that let me look this up because it's something to do with the eggs themselves.
No, hang on. So here's my hot take on this. Are you ready?
Give me your hot take.
My hot take is, how do people in Japan say Rockman.EXE? Rockman.EXE.
Oh, fair enough.
Yes. So I think that you might be overthinking the eggs.
As usual. Alright, well, MX has confirmed it. It's here!
No, I haven't confirmed anything.
Anyway, Battle Network's perfect for gacha. We played BCC. It's just handheld gacha.
Yeah.
And there's no reason that this can't be the same with a stupid automatic battle system. Tie everything to energy. Pull your chips. Oh, you got the legendary rare boomer. So, I feel it's going to be that.
I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts about it, on what it could be. But I'm just going to kind of bide my time and wait.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay,
speaking of mobile games, can we talk about Level 5 Concepts' new game that is coming out? Did you see this?
Do we have to?
It is sad. Like, I honestly legitimately saw this and got really sad. So, Keiji Inafune and Level 5 Concept have been working since 2017. Hold on, let me pause that for dramatic effect. 2017 on a mobile game. Dragons and Colonies. Akihiro Hino on Twitter, I believe he's the CEO of Level 5, tweeted out a video. It's very the characters are very clearly of Inafune's ilk. You can definitely tell from the eyes, but it's just sad.
I like that. It really is. Like, I saw this, and all I could think was, "Oh my god, is this real?"
All I could think of is like,
terrible.
This is what we didn't get Red Ash for. Like,
no, dude, this is to fund Red Ash. No, you have to put your money into this.
There's no possible way. I'm sure Level 5 bought Concept, and this is speculation. I'm sure Level 5 bought Concept, and they're like, "Oh, you did Kaio King of the Pirates? Oh, so you do mobile games? Okay, we'll do this." Man, okay. What a fall from grace.
Yeah. Meanwhile, though, we got Dragon Marked for Death.
Yeah.
That game's still being updated. It's going pretty well.
I'm kind of surprised it is.
Really? It's a pretty fun game. I think it was worth the 15 base, 30 for everything.
I think that's fair. It's a pretty high quality.
It's nice. It's got the nice, Mega Man Zero sprite work. It's very reminiscent of that.
So, speaking of other game titles, we also, thanks to Proto Dude and the Rockman Corner, did you see the Pachinko slot Rockman ability cutscenes?
Oh my god.
Can we talk about 1970s disco dance floor Dr. Wily?
His mullet is so grand.
The tie, just like, he looks like he's wearing suede pants. And we basically have Kappa Man. Proto Man looks like, I don't even know if that is Proto Man. It looks like a Pokeball on his. It's just so. Go to Rockman Corner. It
is Proto Man.
It's.
I like Pokeball Man. He's pretty good.
No.
I don't know. I think his design's almost cool. He's like this weird fusion, okay, of Proto Man, Base, and who is the anti-hero in Star Force? What's his name?
Rogue?
Yes. He reminds me like a little bit of those three all mashed together.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's...
Pachinko.
It is, and in this time where we're getting really weird Pachinko stuff, I can't say that I'm 100% surprised. Well, maybe I am, because Pachinko seems to exist on its own, like, microcosm of IPs. Like,
yes.
I mean, just look no further than Konami, But...
Well, here's the weird thing. Now that, like, gambling is legal, Pachinko machines should have, like, been going down in popularity, so it's weird that they're putting one out. So, I don't know, man.
We also have another Proto Dude drop was from late April regarding a potential MegaMasterX title.
It involved Zero Central Highway and a minigun.
Well, he also posted the picture of X, some Famicom game, Eggs.
Oh, that's right.
And
Eggs again.
Galaxy. Well, Rockman.EXE.
Do they call him Eggs? They just call him X, right?
Exu.
Okay.
I think it's cooking with MegaMasterX, but I'm probably wrong.
Oh, it's Command Mission 2. It's happening.
No. Command Mission doesn't exist.
Dude, how are you going to knock on Command Mission? It's got the best looking X. It's got like a utility belt.
I love Command Mission. Don't get me wrong. I agree completely.
I like the art of Command Mission.
It's just so good. Oh my god.
Okay, let me phrase it. I like X's art of Command Mission. Everyone looks the same.
But the voice acting is so pristine in Command Mission.
Come on, man. You know Mega Man has never had good voice acting.
Wasn't he voiced by a dentist? Dude's a dentist. No. Who is it that's a dentist now? That's
Domo. That's G Gundam.
No. I feel like, I think it was the voice of Mega Man in the dub of NT Warrior is an actual real-life dentist.
Are you... No, I know what you're thinking of. It's not... Okay, hang on. Now you got me thinking. No, the voice of Mega Man X is the same guy who voiced Domon Kashu in G Gundam. He went on to become a... well, whatever you call a child doctor. A podiatrist? A podiatrist?
Pediatrician?
Pediatrician? Podiatrist?
Podiatrist?
It's been a long...
That's a foot...
Maybe he became a foot doctor, too. He's doing well for himself. But I remember that. I remember he voiced X for a bit.
Alright.
So,
well, damn.
There you go.
Rounding out the news segment, the Battle Network official Complete Works is getting a reprint.
Hardcover.
If you have not already gone on Amazon.com and placed your pre-order for the Battle Network hardcover Complete Works, you are doing yourself a massive disservice because this formerly $200 book, it can be yours for $40 US.
Okay.
Yeah.
MMX.
Yep.
Let me backtrack. He is the voice of Mega Man X in Maverick Hunter X: The Day of Sigma.
Okay.
And he's X in Maverick Hunter X as well. X8, Command Mission, and LAN in Double Team DS.
LAN! Oh my god, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my bad.
And Domon Kashu of Mobile Fighter G Gundam.
Okay.
Very important.
Huh.
You should watch that. It's good.
I probably won't, but yeah.
Man has only been in 3 shows, 4 games, but he's a legend.
I don't know. I'm excited. There aren't any confirmed titles for Mega Man out right now, but I have a very stern feeling that if not this year, then next year will be a very interesting time to be a Mega Man fan. So keep your eyes peeled. Give Protodude @Protodude a follow on Twitter. He's really good and passionate about what he does. So
4 gotchas, man. I can't.
I will be severely disappointed if it's gotcha.
I won't.
I mean, you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
My limit with the gotcha stuff was when Animal Crossing Pocket Camp started that nonsense. I was like, nope, I'm out. See ya. But yeah.
Look, man, I'm gonna have Pokemon Masters, DBZ Dawkin, Grand Summoners, and Battle Chip Challenge Mobile. Hell yeah.
Oh, jeez.
God.
But yeah. So now that we've knocked out our news, what are we going to talk about today?
I don't know, that's it. Let's just cut the episode here. Thank you for tuning in. We should talk about Mega Man NT Warrior.
Mega Man NT Warrior. Can we insert the clip of... Okay, cool. We'll put that in post.
Yeah.
Or just not at all, and I'll sound like a complete idiot.
I mean, that too. Yeah.
You know.
I like that option.
But yeah, so the anime. Mega Man NT Warrior.
So should we talk about NT Warrior or Rockman.EXE?
Why not both?
Because I don't want to talk about NT Warrior.
Well, we can kind of give a curse. So we'll talk about what it is, and then we'll just leave it at that. So
okay,
NT Warrior
is a mistake. Moving on.
NT Warrior is the dub distributed by Kids WB in the early 2000s, and it was dubbed by a Canadian studio, and it's sloppy. It's bad.
Yeah?
Lan sounds like a smoker, but the Portuguese dub is pretty good. The Spanish dub is pretty good. Es la hora mega. So... Oh, wait, that's fully charged. My bad.
Yeah, come on, man.
So anyway, yeah. Rockman.EXE.
So, the anime is loosely based off the games.
Very. It is not.
Very.
It's its own. This happens all the time. It is its own continuity. It has no canon ties to the games.
None.
It has no canon ties to the manga. It's its own separate microcosm of Battle Network.
It has characters. It has viruses. It has styles and forms and all this other crap that you recognize, and you'll be like, oh wow, I know those. It has PETs, and you're like, wow, I love video games and toys. But man, whoa. So, it's made by Xebec as well, which, many people don't really know the name of that company. They made Zoids, if that helps.
The anime?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they did. I found this, too. I noticed a discrepancy, that... Oh my god. So Xebec kind of, like, cut corners as well. They're pretty cheap on their animation. As you do. And they flip a lot of assets. And it turns out that Yai's personal satellite is the Judge capsule satellite from Zoids.
Oh my god, that's right! Whoa!
It's verbatim. All they did was throw Yai's forehead on it. And it said, yeah, look, it's Mega Man. And look at this, I'm going, hey, wait, I know that satellite. Where's Zoids episode 1?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Oh my god.
Damn. It's based Xebec. And they did it all the way through. How many seasons was it? 1, 2.
Wait.
So it's 1, 2, Access, Stream, Beast, Beast Plus, right? So 6?
Yes.
Yeah. They did that, if you can count Beast Plus as a season, quote unquote. Yeah, no. They were very cheap all the way through. You can see where the budget went in certain episodes, that's for sure. I think Season 1's budget went to whenever Mega Man uses the Dream Sword Program Advance.
They reused that footage.
Oh, they reused a lot, but that was the budget right there. Have you seen how detailed his crotch is? It's absurd. They're like, hey, look, I understand he's a little dude in a suit. Extenuate his legs.
Now, I will say that the director of this, Tako Kato, he did direct the Rockman.EXE movie, which I feel in my heart of hearts is a redemption arc for him. But...
I mean, it's a movie, though.
It's a movie.
You have a compressed time and a larger budget to use on this compressed time.
Yeah. So,
I will admit... It looks leagues better. We're going to get into the movie. Because we both have the same gripe about the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
So let's just talk about the first 2 seasons for now.
Yeah.
Maybe some access. We'll see where we land.
Sure.
So... Oh my god. Hang on. I'm trying to cleanse... the NT Warrior theme out of my head now that you've done this to me. It's so bad.
It's the precursor to dubstep, my guy.
I mean...
Just put a thick beat behind it.
It's baffling.
You're right? It is. And they used the same song for the first few episodes of the dub of Access. I'm not making that up. Yeah.
Okay, so first season. What's the whole story arc with the first season? It's all about World 3, right?
It is about World 3. So I think that the first season was meant to kind of acclimate people who are coming from the game series. Because it starts with Fireman. Like, the very first episode is Fireman's scenario from Battle Network 1, which is the same exact way BN1 starts.
Well, what's interesting is I think that's like where the similarity ends with the game, because it starts with Lan having just a basic bitch Navi, right?
Yeah,
and then he gets Mega Man for his birthday
from his dad, and according to the dub, from Borneo.
Who?
Yeah, apparently Lan's dad was traveling in Borneo for some reason.
What?
I don't know. Anyway.
What the hell? Don't stay away from the dub. You don't get to use that. See, we're like, oh, the anime is its own little microverse. Yeah, well, the dub is its own little pocket dimension inside that microverse. So you leave it alone. No.
So yeah, he just gets this disc from his dad, and he puts it in his terminal, and he's like, oh man, stupid thing doesn't even work, sucks. And then he goes to bed, and then he wakes up, and Mega Man's just like, Mega Man's just like, sodded. And then Len's like, what?
What?
And then he goes and fights Dex and Gutsman in a net battle, and then Gutsman obviously gets his face kicked in. And he's like, cool, see you later, nerds, because I'm not supposed to be net battling at school. And then he comes home, and then there's a bunch of fire, and then it's just like, whoa, you know, fireman. I will say that the first episode did a pretty good job of establishing the universe. It introduced the characters pretty okay.
Yeah. Why does Lan always have, like, the worst computer? Quote-unquote computer in the anime. Have you noticed that? Like, his first computer is just... It's just a docking station. That's it.
I think it's kind of cool, actually. Like, the way that the dock has, like, just a disc tray right there, I think it's kind of neat.
Oh, one thing we should mention. So this is supposed to, like, reflect, quote-unquote, reflect B and 1, right?
Supposedly, yeah.
They don't use the PET from BN 1 and 2. They use the BN 3 PET at the very start.
Correct.
So, I'm trying to remember what I was told about this. It's something to do with toy rights, isn't it?
I don't think that it has to do with toy rights specifically. Even though those pets were designed by different companies.
Yeah, didn't, like, Bamco or Bandai design the first PET?
I would have to go back and check my notes, or my really...
I'm pretty sure they did. Every toy is designed by Bandai in Japan.
I feel like the BN3 pet was designed by Capcom, but like I said, I would have to go back and check my notes on it. But I really don't think it's toy rights. I think that it's because Mega Man or Rockman.EXE came out around the time that BN3 was getting started.
Okay.
So it was probably another way to kind of ease people into the anime from the games without completely alienating them. But that is an assumption.
But to this end, I will say, if it came out around that time, we never had a BN 1 and 2 PET toy, correct?
That is correct.
So they would use the 3-1 because they had a 3 toy.
That would make sense, yeah.
So, that makes a lot more sense. Like, look, Lan has this PET. Why, your local game shop also has that PET. And battle chips. And Rockman.EXE battle cubes. Don't you want a battle cube?
Oh yeah, they did have those.
When we getting battle cubes?
I see them pop up on Bai occasionally.
They're so expensive.
Yeah.
All right, let's not get off sidetracked. Okay, so anyway, yeah. First that happens, they fight that, and then it kind of goes through like the villains one by one sort of thing. They fight Color Man. Okay, we're gonna name them properly.
All right.
From the games first, and then we will reveal the dub names.
Okay. Even though we're not talking about the dub anymore.
You know, it's important to note these names.
Especially
dub,
because
again, is a pocket dimension.
It's bad. It's real bad.
It's very bad. So you have... Okay. So you have Fireman, Color Man, Magic Man, Elect Man, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. In the dub, you have Torch Man, Wacko Man, Magic Man, Elect Man. Why Wacko Man? Is it so hard to say Color Man? Like, the dude is based on colors, he's not a clown.
Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure that they did not want any sort of negative connotation associated with the names. So they changed Fireman to Torchman because this is going to be aired, you have to remember, on a kids network primarily targeting kids from like, I don't know, 8 to 14, just throwing numbers out there. You know, they don't want kids to be confused by, oh, is that a fireman? Where's his pet? I don't know. That's probably not how that discussion went in the executive board. But for Color Man, it's tough to explain my line of thinking without making it seem weird. But it could be construed a certain way in a negative light. So I think them changing Color Man to Wacko Man was an appropriate move. Now, Wind Blast Man, different story.
Heavy Metal Man.
Heavy Metal Man. Moltanic Man. Okay, we're getting on a tangent here. I don't know. It's... They changed a lot of... Like, they renamed Bomb Man to Blaster Man.
Yes.
They also renamed... it's bad. It's super bad.
Yeah. What was Hinokin's name?
Hinokin's name was Mr. Match.
It's just Mr. Match, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And then you got Maddie. Ugh, Maddie.
Yahoot. In Japan, Yahoot. It's Mahadrama.
That's a pretty good name.
Yeah.
And Count Zap, which Jaku Ileki, right?
Sure.
Which just means Count Zap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that.
Oh, come on. Get out of here. His name is just Count Zap, but they don't say Count.
Yeah. I don't know. There's I will say that for all of its quirks, the anime did kind of go out of its way to make a name for itself. Does that make sense? It probably doesn't make sense.
I get what you're saying, because it differentiated itself so much from its source materials.
Yeah.
Like, you had a manga you could have based on. They didn't do that. You had a video game series you could base on. They didn't do that. Instead, they went out of their way. They gave you, like, 1 or 2 scenarios involving, oh, look, it's World 3 Navis. That's cool. Okay. Hey, look, now Yai has a video game coming out, and the code's been stolen. Higsby plays a very big part.
Yeah. I'm cool with that.
I know you're cool with that. Let me rephrase that. He starts off playing a big part. And then by access, he's basically gone.
Well, I mean, at that point, he's just, like, running the chip shop, and then he disappears and leaves Shuko in charge for a while. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the first... so the big story of the first season is not really... I don't want to say it's all World 3. Like, they're the main thing in the background, but the driving plot is the Grand Prix, correct?
Yep. And that leads into... If I'm remembering correctly, a lot of people at that time considered the N1 Grand Prix as, like, the start of Season 2, quote-unquote, for it.
I guess,
mean,
yeah.
If you really take a step back and think... If you take a really big step back and look at it, the animation quality for the N1 Grand Prix feels like it kind of started picking up.
A little bit, minus the stupid their CGI is so bad.
Well, I mean, we have to remember that this is like early 2000s, early 2010s. No. Like, it's not. We're talking about when this is CG around the time that Rubik's was on the air, okay? Or Cubix, excuse me, Cubix.
Isn't Cubix Canadian?
I don't know, but I'm just using that as a baseline. It was like Reboot was still on the air around that time.
Reboot looked way better than the CG they used. Don't even.
Reboot probably had the budget for it.
Reboot was great, man.
I don't know. Anyway, nostalgia aside.
Nostalgia aside.
I think that a lot of people consider, and there's no benchmark officially for this, it's just anecdote.
Of course not.
But a lot of people consider the N1 Grand Prix as either the start or like the establishment of the second season.
I see it as the latter.
Some people consider the N1 Grand Prix being the end of the first season and the grave arc of it being the second season, which I think makes a little more sense.
Yeah. I mean...
You know, it's really up to ultimate interpretation from the viewer, but there's a very marked change of pace once the Grand Prix starts, for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Or good, depending on how you look at it. But,
yeah, let's get into that. So, it all, like, you do World 3, and then they're like, oh, we're gonna have the M1 Grand Prix. And it's like, what?
It's
Why?
very sudden.
It is extremely sudden. It's like, there's a poster. Oh, and don't forget, we have Internet City.
Yeah, that was established too, which basically...
That's so bad.
It feels like they took the concept of net squares from the games, and were just like, what if we had a net square that was a city? And like, it's housed on a single server, which the gang visits, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
And then it's just like, okay, cool, it's this brand new thing, and it's like a hub for navies, and it's like, okay, that idea is kind of cool, and I low-key wish it were explored in other mediums. Like, I like the idea of a city for navies, even though,
right,
considering the chaotic events that happen in the Battle Network universe, it'd be a very impractical thing to have, but, you know.
Yeah, in Internet City, you, like you said, just crap's happening all the time. You have a very bad-looking CGI mascot?
Aki? Yeah.
Who is not a net navi?
It's basically the virtual YouTuber before the virtual YouTuber fad kicked off. Shouts to Keys and I.
So, one thing, before I keep going, because we're a little all over the place, but I'll keep us on track. One thing that's very different is the Navis have a lot more personality.
There's a lot. I feel like the creativity of the team went buck wild with some of these Navis.
Yeah. Here's the issue I have with that, though. I feel like that takes away from the human characters. Like, yeah, they have their interactions, but this show is really, like, the Navis.
Yeah.
More than like, it's more Mega Man than Lan, instead of it being both. It's more Gutsman than Dex. It should be a shared relationship. It shouldn't just be, oh, well, no one cares about the humans. Look at this.
Well, I guess from a practical standpoint that makes sense, because outside of things on the net where you have that kind of creative freedom, the human aspect of that are really just a bunch of talking heads. There's not a lot going on.
See, that's why I can respect the manga a little bit more. Because they actually, like, give more depth to the humans.
Oh, yeah. The manga does a terrific job of balancing the two.
Exactly. And that's what kind of upset me. It's like, you had the chance. You could have, like, oh, wow, you know, Yai has, like, this going on, or this is how Dex does his, you know, instead it's, hi, I'm Dex, I make curry, I'm dumb. Guts.
Oh, God.
That's what he devolves into, dude. He just makes curry.
Yeah. As the series progresses, I feel like they definitely waste a lot of really established characters. And we can talk more about that when we dive into the other series. But
Grand Prix starts. It's all a plot by World 3 to unlock the ultimate net navi. Which, when I say that, what would be the first thing that comes to your mind when you think the ultimate net navi?
I mean, it would be base, I guess.
You would think that, but no, it's Pharaoh Man. Pharaoh Man, yeah. You see it and you're like, Pharaoh Man?
Alright, I've got some I have personal issues with the introduction of Pharaoh Man, because Pharaoh Man's story beat is so fast.
Yes.
It feels like it lasts only 1 or 2 episodes at best.
But it drags. It actually drags for about 4 to 5, which is insane.
It does, but it's in the grand scheme of things, it really just goes by so quickly, and it kind of Pharaoh Man as a story beat serves as a transition into what is considered, or could be considered, the second season.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah.
So, the tournament's happening, everyone's clashing, yada yada. The program advances apparently this legendary thing of you slotting 3 chips in, and you have to control your breathing, and you and your NetNav have to be synced, and it's ridiculous.
It's also,
I think that's really bad.
It's also worth noting that in the anime, Ferroman was created by Tadashi Hikari.
Yes.
And
and he's stored on a chip.
Yeah. So,
which is still connected to the internet somehow.
For some reason, there's a pattern of Tadashi Hikari having just weird, off-the-wall things that have super big ramifications decades in the future. And for some reason, like, Commander Beef just knows. He just knows about this.
Yeah.
So it's safe to assume if Commander Beef knew about this, who is Masa-san, don't forget to eat your calcium.
Yes.
He knows about this, which means that it's safe to assume that the Net Police knew about this. Why didn't they do something about this I cannot suspend disbelief for this, and it drives me insane.
This is where they could have explained, like, oh, we needed to shut him down, but unfortunately he's, like, tied to this essential system or something.
Yeah.
That would have made more sense instead of the ultimate net.
Like in the movie! Like the Tadashi Hikari program in the movie. I mean, we'll talk about that later, but... So here's the thing. The N1 Grand Prix happens. It's inevitable. You can see it from a mile away. Mega Man and Proto Man face off in the grand finals.
Yep.
And
they both hit each other with a program advance. It unlocks Pharaoh Man.
I want to say that the fight between Mega Man and Proto Man is in Rockman.EXE is still probably one of my favorite encounters in all of the anime. And throughout all of the seasons.
It's good before glowing orbs.
Yeah, I agree. The Dragon Ball Z aspect of it is a little bit much, but, like, just everything about it, like, it's very commonly used in a lot of old AMVs, too, but, it was just really good. Hype.
Yeah, it's very fluid. That's where the budget went when you look at it.
And, like, the entire arena is falling apart around them, like, so... As this fight is going on, I guess the sheer power of both of them fighting is causing shockwaves throughout the network. And apparently, this entire arena is just floating, and it's hooked up to the net for some reason.
Of course.
And then it just starts to sink and get destroyed, so the entire arena is just collapsing around Lan and Chad as they're net battling. It's really... It's good. It's probably one of the best story beats in EXE, but...
Unfortunately, it ends very abruptly when Pharaoh Man shows up and just deletes Mega Man at the end.
Yeah. He's just like, oh, you woke me up, boop! And then, rip.
Zap. Or Breen, if you will.
Okay. Alright, man.
He just shoots a laser. Down. He just shoots a laser through him, and then in the dub you get... Delete. Shut.
Oh my god, that was so anticlimactic.
Yeah, it's like, why are you talking?
In the Japanese version, doesn't he say like Netokun or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so much better.
It is.
It's like,
oh, he's calling out to his opera. Oh, one big story difference that we really failed to mention: they're not twins.
Oh yeah, they have no relation to one another whatsoever.
Like, if it's ever there, it's never said. Instead, they are just really close as operator and NetNavi.
Yep.
No dead brother, none of that. But anyway, Pharaoh Man kills him. Neto's having a breakdown. Then it turns out that Mega Man's data, it resonates to the people he's been around, and his symbol's just chilling out on people's PETs.
Yeah. In fragments.
So they're like, oh, hey everyone, network together. Just plug in.
Power of friendship. Put your hands together.
And they put all this stuff together, and it's like, oh, Mega Man's emblem. We can rebuild him. And they go to Pharaoh Man's abode, which is a big pyramid now. And they put Mega Man back together.
And
but Mega Man's not waking up.
Wily's like, oh, cool, you found Pharaoh Man. So he
he sends his legion of copied Stoneman and Blastman.
And then why? I did like how Ferriman's just like, you know what? I would rather kill myself than be with you. And then he just deletes himself.
Yeah. No, there's no fight. There's none of that. Mega Man's still asleep. Base shows up for the first time. This is, or is it? Maybe it's the second. No, it's the second time.
It's the second time.
Yeah, we see Base in Internet City doing his thing. He absorbs a little data, fucks off. But here he shows up and he's like, I'm gonna read your memories. And he reads his memories and he gets something from them.
It's worth mentioning that Ferriman's self-deletion is what creates Gospel and Base in the anime.
It creates Base?
Yeah, it creates Base.
Well, no, because we saw Base before.
No,
sure?
He's created from leftover data from Ferriman, I promise you.
But I'm sure that we saw Base in the Internet City before Ferriman deleted himself.
We may have to go back and check the tapes, but I'm pretty sure that Ferriman's self-deletion created Base.
I'll give you Gospel for now.
Yeah, no, he was first seen in Net City by Mega Man, who was just like, and then he hecked off. He then showed up again when Great Virus Beast started kind of bouncing around,
kind of doing whatever, kind of hanging out in alleyways.
Yeah.
So Ferriman blows himself up because he's cool. Mega Man wakes up. Everyone's happy. Internet City. Net navies are disappearing. And it turns out this is where we get into BN2, sort of. But there's no Sean. There's Kid. Is it still Kid Gospel?
It's Kid Grave, yeah.
Kid Grave, right. He's still mucking around. Yeah. And this part really sucked. It's very slow-paced. There's no real rush. Some of the enemies are kind of like not enemies. Like Speedy Dave isn't really a bad guy, per se.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, he and Sal are friends, and he's just trying to protect the environment. And Cutman deletes Quickman. Like, it's very strange.
It is.
The Airman scenario happens. Freezeman is, like, a very major villain in this, more so than any of the others. Like, he's actually being very proactive. He's, freezing things over. He's absorbing data. He's deleting navies left and right, yada, yada, yada.
Well, he's pretty much the proverbial leader of Gospel in the anime.
Yeah.
He nearly kills Torchman, if I remember correctly.
So he shreds Torchman.
Yeah, that's right.
And Hinokin keeps his data around, and then this is when we meet Mr. Famous.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And he's like, dude, your Navi's, like, totally messed up. You want a new Navi? No Navi can do it. Here's the thing. I need your Navi's data to activate this Navi. And it's a flame type. Yo?
On God?
So they do that, and we meet Heatman, which... he's pretty cool. I like him.
I like this a lot.
Weird.
I like the redemption and the kind of character development that came with Mr. Match. Because it turned him from this cookie cutter, haha, honk honk villain into, like,
If you're evil and you know it, clap your hands.
Shoutouts to Metal Gun Solid and Argic for that one. Anyway, so, I feel like it turns him into actual, like, I don't know, a human character.
Yeah, definitely. He is very attached. He just wants to Torchman. He wants to fight. He has his pride. And yeah, no, definitely. It was very good. He's the only one who gets this treatment, too.
I mean, technically, who gets to open a curry shop. And that's kind of a close second.
Count Zap fights his dead mom, but I
mean, yeah, details,
Yeah. But Hinokin definitely gets, like, the most character development, and you actually really like him for it. So, yeah. Freezeman's going around doing crap. No one cares about the other navies. It's a little convoluted. You have the Cutman brothers happening, which is awful.
Ugh.
Yeah. delete 1 and 5 more will take my place.
So annoying.
Yeah, it really was. Heatman's around now. He's helping fight Freeze-Man on even levels now because he's like super strong. You have the Penguin episode.
It's also worth noting that Gospel is not behind the Grave Virus Beast.
No.
It's Wily. He's operating Gospel through Kid Grave, and it's I don't.
Well, I mean, that's how it was in the games as well.
Yeah.
Spoiler for BN2, if you did everything post-game, it's Wily.
But still, it's just like, I don't know. I will say...
I get what you mean.
Once, so at this point, too, Mega Man just gains the ability to style change.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, his dad's like, dude, press these buttons. What?
Yeah, dude, press the buttons. Watch what happens.
Ding, ding. Oh, my God. He's got a bigger arm. Who did this?
The art for the style changes is pretty good. Well, aside from the magical girl transformation.
Aside from the lazy magical... So, a ring moves over him, he's a different color. Another ring moves, his arm is bigger. Another ring moves, his head is different. Okay, you know what? This is fine.
And, of course, the stock pose. Henshin pose,
of course.
You know. But I will say, moving towards the end of the second season of EXE... Bug style is probably one of the most hypest things. Like when he goes into bug style, when Mega Man's fighting against Grave.
Magnet Man.
Oh, was it Magnet Man? Yeah, it was Magnet Man.
So they were in. I remember this episode because it is so well animated at this point. Magnet Man is like messing with his friends in the cell. And he's like, delete roll or something, and Mega Man's bugged out. And he's like, oh, Aqua Custom, and it just goes like haywire, and it evaporates Magnet Man. Yeah.
Oh,
it's really good. Yeah, he punches him. It's like, he throws up a little. The Net Navi throws up a little bit, then he blasts his upper half off. It's like, what? Whoa.
Yeah, I mean. It basically it granted Mega Man the ability to consume data. Is the plot point, if I'm remembering correctly. And then when he goes up to
data drain.
Yo. So he goes up against Grave with this newfangled style change, and yeah, it's a good one. I liked the way that everything was tied up in this season. I do not like the execution and pacing of the season at all.
Oh, absolutely not. Like, the ending is the high point, and that's really bad. Because that means you have to sit from point A to point B. And everything in between is just, it's slow, it's filler, it's nonsensical, the sense of urgency isn't there. It's really bad, I feel.
Yeah, it's
really
not
bad.
It's not the best. I forgot to mention that Mitsuru Ishihara was the character designer for this, so it's really interesting to see some of Ishihara-san's designs kind of spring to life on this, even though they probably weren't done very much justice.
No, not at all.
But yeah, just want to kind of drop that tidbit. But yeah, that's pretty much Rockman.EXE in a nutshell.
Well, and there's like a couple of small tidbits here. Like you were saying earlier, you have your side characters. You have Sharkman, Woodman, and Skullman and their operators, but they're actually net agents. And the Fishman turns into Commander Beef.
And then he and Higsby fight over loving Miss Mari? Question mark?
Question mark? It's like, this is bad. The other two don't don outfits like that. They just wear like a little mask or whatever. But nobody knows who Shark... Like, throughout the entire series, I think up until a point, nobody knows who operates Sharkman.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
It is worth noting that before Rockman.EXE ends, they do introduce the new pet.
Oh yeah, that's right, huh?
Yeah, because when Drillman comes into play, Chod's just like, oh yeah, by the way, check this out.
Did he develop it?
Yeah, Chod's company IPC developed the advanced pet in the anime.
Are you sure? Because I thought that was the Scilab one.
No.
And then he made the progress, and Scilab was like, oh, damn, we fell behind again.
No. Chod's company is called Blaze Quest in the dub instead of IPC.
What's his name in the dub?
It's Chod.
It's Chod Blaze, right?
It's Chod Blaze, yeah.
Okay, what's his name in the game?
Eugene
Chod.
Yeah.
What's his name in the sub?
Eugene Inzan.
Thank you.
Inzan. So yeah. IPC develops the advanced pet. That's established in the first episode of Access. But I feel like Access is something that we should discuss.
Oh, Access needs like a whole that's going to be its own thing.
We got a lot to talk about because there's a lot happening.
Access is good.
That's where they found them. That's where the money went.
Stream is good.
Oh god, Beast Plus. Oh,
Beast Plus doesn't exist. Can I not talk about Beast Plus, please?
I can't wait to talk about the movie. I can nerd out about that for an hour.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. That was like my first introduction to the anime.
Really?
I never saw the dub. Like, I caught it after I saw the movie, and I was like, this is awful.
So you had no context. Wow.
None. I watched this, and I was like, oh, hey, I know what that is. I played the games. What are the... Cross-fusion? That's weird.
What? Wow. I can't wrap my head around that. That's crazy.
I mean, I was listening to Be Somewhere before anything else, man. It was great.
That song slaps. It's so good.
It's even better in the movie.
It's a really weird music video, though. No, wait. Doobie-Doo-Op Communication is a weird music video.
Can we not talk about that song?
Doobie-Doo-Up.
Stop.
Doobie-Doo. Okay.
Ole. Ole.
Anyway. Man, now I'm gonna go listen to all the openings and endings.
No, you should go watch Access again.
Actually,
you gotta do your research, because now I need to know if Bass is actually made from Pharaoh Man.
I am 90% sure that Bass does not appear before Pharaoh Man deletes himself.
And I'm 98% sure you're wrong, but that's not the point.
We'll do the research and report on our next episode of the Net Savior podcast.
Yes, indeedy, fettuccine. So, I think that'll conclude for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, thank you all for joining us. MegaMasterX, is there anything else you want to add? You want to plug yourself?
Yeah. So, like I said before, definitely, if you have not already, go ahead and join up on the M1 Grand Prix Discord at discord.m1gp.net. We have a lot of stuff that's really interesting coming soon, including, the NT Warrior TCG. We've got some tournaments that are popping up soon, so definitely join up on that, and feel free to discuss this. There's going to be a few community changes that are likely going to be coming in the next few months, so stay tuned for that. Adell, where can people find you on the wide internet?
On the wide internet? You can find me on Twitter at Trainer Adell, or on Discord. And, of course, this YouTube channel, but,
Yeah.
As it is. How about you, MX? What do you do?
Not much lately. You can find me on Twitter at MegaMasterX. Twitch, MegaMasterX as well. Mixer, I don't really stream much anymore. If you're in North or South Carolina, and are interested in net battling in person, I have about 6 or 7 flash carts with 100% PvP saves ready to go on them. So I've been stockpiling, dude. I want the next meetup that we have to have full setups. So
Couldn't you just write the save data onto the official card?
Yeah, but I got them pretty cheap.
That's too easy. I agree.
But no, I can't. The reality of it is I can't find an action replay to write those saves. So,
do you have a DS?
No.
You don't have a DS?
No.
Are you real?
I am real. Anyway, I do want to say that there have been some questions about it. We do not have an N1 Grand Prix meetup plan for this year. Even if we did, it is way too early or too late in the year, for us to plan or announce anything. But I will have more information on the 2020 meetup, which will be happening probably later on in the year. So stay tuned for that as well.
Yeah, people were asking about that. I was like, even if we did, I wouldn't. Unless it was here again, which it probably in NYC, which it won't be. Dude, I can't afford to fly anywhere right now. Yeah,
it's way too short notice.
You gotta announce that January.
Yeah.
At the latest.
Yep. So, but yeah, definitely keep up. Join the M1GP Discord. If you have any kind of interest in net battling, we have tons of resources to get started on that. And
dude, just like Mega Man, come talk to us.
Yeah. So
it's funny. I had someone on Twitter challenge me to a real life net battle. I was like,
oh.
Where and what game? And I never got a response.
Oh, that's sad.
I'm a little sad. It's like.
So I did want to mention also before we wrap up too, that we will probably have some nice, interesting interviews popping up on the Net Savior podcast here soon. So stay tuned for that as well. Some guests you may expect, and some you may not. So definitely, if you haven't already, please take a moment to rate us on iTunes. Your reviews do matter, and we'll probably take some reviews and talk about them on the show. Right now we have 3 reviews, which is pretty awesome. So thank you 3 for rating us 5 stars on the iTunes store, as long as iTunes lasts, because I think it's done.
Oh, that's right. They're shutting iTunes down.
Yeah. So on the podcast app or aggregate for which you are consuming said podcast, feel free to give us a rate. Your feedback is definitely important, and it helps us continue to know that we're doing a good job, figure out what we need to change, what we need to keep doing, all that good stuff. So thank you so much for your feedback.
And thank you all for listening.
Yeah.
I don't really think I have anything else.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay. Thank you all for listening. We'll be back sooner than you think.
Next time, we talk about synchro chips.
Oh my god. Why am I dressed like this?
Spandex!
All for science. No, what does he say? Because she asked, why am I dressed like this?
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
And Lan's dad is just like, for the sake of science.
That was really weird.
That was very weird.
I didn't care for that.
Yeah, okay, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, for sure. Till next time.
So, the transcode, Mega Man.